There's been a ton of news about Destiny 2 since the beta ended. I told you guys that I'd be covering that news as it came out, but I've been lacking on that promise. Mainly because I didn't feel you guys needed to know about the fidget spinners that were available from July 29th to July 30th. I didn't feel it was necessary to talk about the 700 different pre-order bonuses that are available for Destiny 2, like the Cold Heart for simply pre-ordering, the Sparrow for the UK Virgin Media members, the XP boost from Pop-Tart, and the Engrams from the Rockstar Energy Drinks, or the purchasable fridge magnets oozing with speculation about the Red Legion being a faction. None of those things I felt were worthy of a video by themselves. However, there was a trailer that was pretty cool, so I'm actually going to show you guys a quick clip.
Enter the Crucible to fight, to crush, to conquer. Zone B captured. Show your enemy what a real fight looks like.
Now, if you want to watch the full trailer, the link can be found in the description, although I'm not going to go into super big detail. There was some cool stuff. We saw some carbon fiber weapons. We saw some gold weapons, some chrome weapons. We saw some new stuff that was pretty cool, but I'm not going to break it down. But enough dancing around the topic of this video. Bungie just posted their weekly roundup called This Week at Bungie, and in it, they discussed changes they've made based on the feedback from the console beta. First, Crucible changes. For the quick play playlist, matchmaking times will be shorter, with less emphasis on skill. This is the fastest route to a game, but you may face opponents outside your comfort zone. The winning score and control has been extended from 75 to 100 to allow for more time to play and the use of your abilities. Because too many matches were shorter than we expected, some Guardians weren't even able to charge their super. We've extended the trigger for the Mercy rule so it will come into play less often. And for the competitive playlist, they said matchmaking takes time to introduce you to players that are closer to your skill with a good connection. These matchmaking settings may take longer, but we feel that the quality of the gameplay experience will be worth the wait. We have also made improvements to the way we calculate your skill in Countdown to better reflect how you perform against your opponents. So for you Crucible guys out there, this may or may not be good news. Honestly, I can't say, because I'm not a Crucible guy. But I'm hoping, at least from my understanding, that that is good news. But in addition, they've made some fixes and tweaks based on our feedback. For the fixes, we all knew they were coming. The Infinite Super Glitch, the Warlock Glide Glitch, and the Infinite Grenade Glitch have all been fixed, as well as the Warlocks will now have the same melee range as all other classes. In addition, they globally reduced the cooldown timers for supers. All of these welcome changes. But that wasn't all of them. The last two tweaks Bungie made sparked my interest, and those two tweaks are what caused this video to be made. Those being increased grenade damage in PvE and increased power armor drops in PvE. They seem like normal changes. Honestly, they seem like expected changes. Grenades felt weak and power ammo felt scarce. But that's not what sparked my interest. What sparked my interest was the phrase within them. The phrase in PvE. Now, not only have I not seen anyone talk about this, but just by reading this alone, I could speculate that PvP and PvE will be balanced separately in Destiny 2, something we've requested for years from Bungie, but I wanted to be certain, so I did some digging. Shortly after the beta launch, Bungie of course released a This Week at Bungie, and within, beta design lead Rob Engel stated this: the PvE game tuning has changed pretty significantly since the beta build was deployed. The nature of a beta of this scale requires that it's based off a build of the game that is now months old. So in many cases, your feedback is helping us validate changes that were previously made based on internal feedback and playtesting. For example, we too felt the ammo, especially power ammo, was too scarce in PvE. In addition to retuning the drop rates, we built a system that guarantees power ammo drops for you and your fire team from certain enemies, giving power weapons a more reliable and predictable role in your arsenal. Other areas we've made significant tuning changes include grenade effectiveness in PvE, boss vitality, and weapon damage against non-player combatants. Now, this not only confirms at an earlier date what we learned today, such as the power ammo changes and the grenade effectiveness, but it clearly states in PvE numerous times. Ammo was too scarce in PvE. Changes include grenade effectiveness in PvE. But this wasn't enough to confirm the separation of balancing in PvE and PvP. Bungie chooses their words very carefully, sometimes misleading, sometimes to prevent press from poking and prodding for information. And even though that these statements were during Bungie's weekly blog post, I wanted confirmation that split tuning was a thing, and I found it in a video from May 19th, the day after the Destiny 2 reveal. Here's the clip.
Titan was just so versatile with how fast he could move, and the Hunter still has shade step, like we saw. So it's just going to be interesting to see how I figure out how to maximize my usage as a Warlock, and I was interested, how did you guys balance that out?
It's the balance is an ongoing challenge. We've looked at the Mending Rift for the Warlock and seen the health tick up, and we've seen the health tick down. The Empowering Rift for the Warlock, we have split tuning, where we've actually made it, the damage it buffs your weapons are different in PvP versus in PvE. So we're looking at stuff like that and treating it differently on a case-by-case basis.
As I hope you heard, Luke Smith stated in his example of the Warlock's Empowering Rift that they do in fact have split tuning, and that they will be balancing other things on a case-by-case basis instead of the bulk nerfs and bulk buffs that were so frequent in Destiny 1. Now, I'm not going to go out and say that this in fact means that split tuning is 100% confirmed in Destiny 2, but what it does say is that on a case-by-case basis that this is a possibility in Destiny 2, and for me, and I hope you guys, is a welcome change coming to the game. Regardless, guys, let me know what you think about this. Am I stretching too far, or is this confirmation that Destiny 2 will in fact have separate balancing for PvE and PvP? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Now, I mention this all the time, but in the description there are multiple links, but there are two important ones. First is the link to my second channel, where I've been posting daily Let's Plays, and I will continue to post daily for the foreseeable future. So if that interests you, you can click that link and subscribe. And the second is the Multilux Community Discord, a place where you'll find me, other content creators, and gamers and viewers like yourself. But in addition, I announce every stream, and occasionally I ask you guys for help, or at the very least feedback about things in the Destiny world. But that isn't all. My friends at Multilux have launched what they're calling Multilux Gamings, which could be your entrance to the esports world if that's something you want to do. Right now, they're focused on Rocket League, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege, but we'll be branching out to other games as time goes on. So if you're interested in the esports world, maybe the Discord is the place to go. Even if esports isn't your thing, the Discord is definitely your place for everything that is me, as well as just gaming in general. You might make some new friends. Who knows? Join the Discord. I think you'll enjoy it. Regardless, guys, enough of the description talk. We are less than 1 month from Destiny 2, and when launch happens, I hope to be your source for in-depth information. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Like always, I want to thank you guys for your continued support, but for now, I'm going to get out of here and say my name is Matt, and I'll see you guys next time.